I want the elected officials who are here today, because it is important to show that we have the elected leadership that supports this initiative, not just here in the Highbridge section of the Bronx, but this is something that we're doing in all of the borough. And basically, what we're doing is that we're teaming up with the Bronx, the Borough President's Clergy Task Force, whose president is Bishop Rosario. Bishop, would you just stand up for a minute, and I'll bring you a little bit up later. Could all of the task force members please stand up? All of the clergy task force members, please stand. Let's give them all a strong round of applause. Thank you. I do also want to acknowledge our district manager, Jose Rodriguez from Community Board 4. Gloria Cruz from New Yorkers Against Gun Violence. Betty Crawford, president of the 41st Precinct Council. We have Nabi of the African Advisory Council. Nabi, thank you for being with us here. And we have Reverend Ray Rivera from the LPAC, Latino Pastoral, all the members of LPAC. We also have Sisters and Brothers United with us here today. Thank you for coming. You were with us the last time as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not, and I'll bring up all of the electeds to say a few words, but this is not about just having a rally. This is not about having a prayer vigil. We've done that before, and we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to do that. Last January, we had what was called a gun buyback program. For the first time in the history of any borough president's office, I and my office, we put our money behind my office, and we were able to work with the DA, we were able to work with clergy, we were able to work with the NYPD, and we removed 1,186 guns from the streets of the Bronx. We know that last fall, there were 3 high-profile shootings. In September, Aisha Santiago was killed in front of her son in the South Bronx. In the North Bronx, 92-year-old Sadie Mitchell was hit with a stray bullet that killed her, and all she was doing was going from her living room to the kitchen to get a bite to eat during a commercial break. In November, 15-year-old Veda Vasquez was shot in the back of the head, and thank the Lord that she's alive and doing well. All she was doing was coming home from school. In July, we had a day of infamy here in the Bronx where there were so many shootings in less than a 12-hour period. There were 14 different incidents and 2 homicides on that night. And so while we've come a long way since when I was a teenager, while we've come a long way, last year we had the lowest crime numbers since the 1960s in the Bronx. What we don't want is for us to be reactive. We want to be proactive. We want to go out there. We want to talk to our kids. Today is about rolling up our sleeves. I will be going to Highbridge, Highbridge Gardens, and I will be knocking on doors, letting people know a number of things. What is it that you think that we can continue to do? What is it to make sure that our kids are off the streets? And to give them information on reporting illegal guns. What we want to do is give out these flyers. Let people know that if they call 866 Gun Stop, and if their telephone call, which will be anonymous, no one will know who they are. No one will know your name. No one will know that you made that telephone call. But if it results in an arrest, you will get $1,000. And that is important because we know that there are a lot of people who know who in their buildings have illegal weapons. We also want people to call, and this is more information, when you witness a violent crime. We have been hearing all over the news. We're not just discussing gun violence. We've been hearing all over the news about hate crime and what happened and the horrific attack that happened last weekend here in our borough. And it is important that we let the world know that from the borough president to the congressman, to the state senator, to the council member, to the assembly member, to all of you, the community boards, we as Bronxites will never, ever tolerate bigotry. We will not tolerate these types of crimes. There is no place in the Bronx for them. And we want individuals to call, because there are 2 individuals that are still at large. 2 individuals that are still at large, and we need to work with the police department. We need to identify them, bring these idiots, these morons, these hateful individuals to justice, to let them know that in the Bronx, we are all one Bronx and we all stand together, right? It is important also to let people know, so we're giving out 3 pieces of information in one flyer. Where to call when you know that someone has an illegal gun. Where to call and what to do if you witness a violent crime or if you know of someone who committed a violent crime. And lastly, it's not just enough to go out there and tell who's doing bad, but it is important for us to make sure that our young kids, that our youth, all the young people, everyone under the age of 17, please stand up. If you're under 17 years of age, please stand up. Look at all of the young people that we have here. All right, under the age of 21. Under the age of 21, stand up. And not you, Congressman Serrano. These are our young people. Look at them here on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. They're ready to walk the streets with us. We're taking back our streets. We want peace in our streets. And that is something that I'm so proud of, to be the Bronx Borough President, and this is going to continue to happen every other week until it gets a little cold, but then we'll find ways to get the information out, and during the warmer weather, when the winter's gone, we're going to continue to hammer this. This is not a program that's new, this $1,000 program. This is something that's been going on in the city of New York for 10 years, and already they have given out $1.6 million. $1.6 million to individuals who have called and said, this person in my building or this person I know has a gun. The police go there, it results in an arrest, they wind up getting $1,000, almost $2 million. And so we're going to continue to hammer this and get the information out, and we're going to keep reporting to you to see how many people in the Bronx and how many people, if we do this right, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a model for the entire city of New York. Amen? So, I mean, I'm going to say amen in the church, right? I can say amen.